I think it's likely that the vaccines will protect against this strain. This strain has arisen without before vaccines have been rolled out, so it's not under pressure, the pressure that vaccines would exert. So it's quite likely, given that the vaccine provides immunity to different regions of the spike protein, not just the one where the mutations are, it's quite likely that the vaccines will work against this strain. But of course, there could be further mutations that might, in the future, render the vaccines less effective.
Now, Andrew, the UK has become somewhat of a global pariah in the last 24 hours or so, with countries across Europe closing their doors to the UK, closing access to the country. What are the chances, though, that this variant already exists in these countries? If it's happened in the UK, is it likely to have happened in other parts of the world?
Yes, indeed, and I'm aware that this mutation has been identified in several other countries already. And of course, if you don't look for it, you're not going to find it. So it may well be much more widespread than is apparent at the moment.
I just want to go back to the vaccine question that Juliana was asking you about, because one thing we know is that there are two types of vaccines available and that are being distributed or will be distributed. We've got the mRNA technology, which is a relatively new technology and relies on the spike protein. And then you've got the traditional vaccine, the AstraZeneca-Oxford one, which is a more conventional way of putting the injection into the body, in that it's a cold form of the virus. If you look at the mutation, and I've read quite a lot of material about this over the weekend, it appears as though the mutations are happening at a spike protein level. Does that tell you that perhaps going forward, we may have to rely more on the conventional type of vaccines than on this new mRNA technology, which is mostly spike protein?
No, well, actually, that's not quite correct. The Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine and several of the others are vaccines which produce immunity against the spike protein. They do work in a different way, in that they use a viral vector to introduce the genetic material for that spike protein. But the actual immune response that it stimulates is against the spike protein. So no reason to think there'll be a difference in that respect.